Research has found that young school children are facing a dental crisis. Teachers are reporting an increase in kids suffering tooth pain, getting fillings and taking days off because of it. And parents have admitted to sending their little ones to school without brushing their teeth. We're here to shine a light on the problem and arm parents with practical advice that they can actually use. Please give a warm welcome to Dr Emily MacDonagh. Gorgeous in yellow,
like
as
a ray of
ever.
sunshine.
It is a ray of sunshine coming into the studio. The reality is, isn't it, Emily, is that so many people just don't realise how dangerous poor dental care can be for kids, don't they?
And I think even for me, obviously, as a mum, as a doctor as well, I didn't quite realise the severity of the situation. I mean, I think it's fair to say it's a crisis, and there are kids, you know, obviously. It's the leading cause of children going into hospital. If children aged 5 to 9 is having problems with their oral health or requiring extraction. So it's when you hear that, you think it's such a big, such a big issue.
I'm quite shocked actually that 2023 this is something that is still having to be spoken about, because I feel like from my childhood becoming a mum, that was something that was so forefront. But we're dealing with the kids. Should we not be looking at educating the adults? Because I feel within the work that I've done in social care, sometimes it's a generational thing. The parents are not having great oral care, then they're not teaching their children.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the main things for me to say today is early with start brushing your kids' teeth from as soon as taking them to the dentist. I'm working with Aquafresh on this campaign. I went into a school and we did a whole day of educating the kids, showing them how to clean their teeth. And I think that's where it should start as well, is in schools, and giving that educational materials to the schools and then to parents.
But it's very hard anyway, isn't it? I mean, obviously it's important for you to teach your kids, but if your kids do have dental problems, it's so hard to get a dentist anywhere.
I know. And
an NHS dentist.
Yeah, and I think that's why, again, that message about prevention is so important, because if we can get cleaning our kids' teeth regularly, getting them comfortable with it, that's the first step, and then hopefully avoiding the cavities, because I know it's difficult with dentists.
Yeah, I mean, Florence is at nursery and at preschool, and they always do a dental care session at preschool where they teach them how to brush their teeth, talk to them about the importance of brushing their teeth. But Alfie's in primary school, and I don't think he's had that at primary school at all. It's almost the time where you need it to happen, because they tend to be in charge of brushing their own teeth later on down the line. But it's really hard for parents, because you can get them to brush your teeth, but if you can't book an appointment for them to do their yearly checkup, if there aren't enough dentists doing NHS work, it's like yet another barrier for them to try when they're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, and I think it's the difficult thing as a parent, isn't it? We all try to do our best, and we're never going to do it absolutely perfectly. I know with my kids, getting them sometimes to clean their teeth, it's a bit of a mission, but I think it's just about that repetition and just trying your best, trying to get the diet right as well if you can, trying to avoid foods with lots of free sugars in, things like fruit juice, so, drinking milk and water.
But parents can't cook now. They've lost. What's happened is that you've got a generation of mums who didn't have the cooking lessons, because I'm so old that we actually did housecraft at school, and you learn a few basic things in secondary school, and now in some schools cooking is taught, but not in every school. And I'm interested in the fact that the Labour Party want to make part of their policy that every school will teach children how to brush their teeth, and they want to find the money to pay for that to happen. Do you think that's a good idea?
Probably on balance, I think I do, because, like I said, there's a lot of pressure on parents to get everything right. And as you exactly were saying, not all parents necessarily know exactly the right way to do these things. If we can teach kids in school, I would love it if my kids came home and, said, oh, we learnt this in school today about their teeth. I'd be thinking, oh, good,
They've done it, brilliant.
I guess the parents have.
I also think a lot of when I had my first child, I had real dental phobia from an early age, because I had a really bad experience with the school dentist.
Oh, really?
When I was about 7, really bad, and
pinned you down, didn't they?
They held me down, and put this gas mask thing over me, and I never forgot it, and I wouldn't go, ever. And I had a really, really bad phobia about it, and then I didn't want my kids to have it. So with my first son, when he was born, and it was time for him to see a dentist, I thought, I'm gonna have to go first and show him that I'm okay with it. And it instantly got me over my phobia, because I was trying to be brave for him.
I used to take my kids when even before they had teeth, and just sit them on my lap while I was in the chair, because I thought then they can just get used to like,
It's
it
not a scary
smells
place.
weird, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's weird sounds, and then they get used to it. And then when it was their turn, they were actually quite excited.
Yeah,
they
they're
love
not
it.
bothered, yeah.
Our dentist
They
gives
love
them
it
little
now.
toys, and so they're falling over themselves to get into the chair first. They can get a toy.
Yeah.
But in terms of tips, you know, both with you sort of talking generally about how to get your children to brush their teeth, but also in your role as a doctor, just about how food can affect it. You know, sugary drinks, fruit smoothies, those sorts of things.
Yeah.
You know, what tips? If anyone's sort of sitting at home with a pen and paper, what tips can you give them in terms of helping them with their kids?
So the way I always think of it is anything with kind of free sugars added to food. So obviously the obvious things like sweets and chocolates, anything with sugar added into it. But that also includes things like honey, syrup, things like that, but also fruit juices. And I think drinking the right stuff is really important. So milk and water basically are the two best things. Obviously, kind of good protein in the diet, leafy greens, all of those things are helpful. But I think the main thing is trying to avoid those really high sugar foods.
And how about like a timer? My kids have got an electric toothbrush that already has a timer.
Yeah.
But an egg timer, I've seen that a lot of
we've
my
got an egg
friends'
timer,
bathrooms.
Yeah, just trying to make it fun. Like I said, especially my son Theo, he really hates brushing his teeth. But so we have a little egg timer in the bathroom and try and make it fun for him. Or a reward chart. I think I get through my whole life with reward chart.
Brush your teeth, you can have some sweets.
Oh, no, let's not do that.
That's where I went wrong.
And huge congrats because you're going to have another set of teeth to brush in the future.
teeth to clean. Thank you.
Huge congrats.
Thank you.
You know, and also, you know, with you both working, keeping across the brushing of the teeth, it is sort of teamwork, isn't it? It's everybody working together to sort of make it happen.
Yeah, we try to, because it's about, you know, remembering another thing on top of everything else, isn't it? So, yeah, we do try and remind each other.
Yeah.
But I also think, within parents, you've each got your strengths and you've got to just work together and do your best. That's all you can do, isn't it?
They could take my approach where I just say, brush your teeth! That's it. It was Missy, brush your teeth. No, like, done.
Right.
Just get over done with.
Dr Emily, thank you so much for coming in to see us. And I hope